So usually I just text you guys or Facebook about my mom's stories, but this one, I think she just has to tell you herself.
Okay, so I was going to the doctor's office to meet my son, and I was coming around the corner by 24th Street, and a car that looked exactly like his.
She just told everyone where we live. Thanks.
Well, there's a lot of different streets with that name. So I was going around the corner, and a car that looks exactly like his came around the corner, and it had body work exactly where his is. It had a black hood exactly like his. Everything looked exactly like his car.
Did it look exactly like his?
Precisely exactly like his. So anyway, I put my hand out the window and waved to him, so he stopped, and he backed up, and I backed up so that we could have our windows right next to one another so we could talk. And then he rolled down the window, and I was busy, and I turned around to look to talk to my son.
Was it your son? Was it?
Well, it was a lovely, handsome-looking African-American gentleman who did not look a thing like my son. But I was so flustered that what I said was, "Oh, I thought you were my son. You look just like you." And then I didn't know what else to say. And I said, "Well, actually, you don't look anything like him because you're African American and he's not. But your car looks like him."
She used the term African American to a black man.
Well, I wanted to be politically correct and not rude. And he's a handsome gentleman. He just doesn't look anything like my son. So I said, "Oh, I guess you're not my son. But the car looks just like my son's car." And he actually had seen the car and knew exactly what I was talking about. So we smiled and drove off. And that's the story.
See, my thing is, she told me the story, but I never found out. What did he say in response?
Not much. He did say, "Oh, the car over on Blank Street?" And I said, "Yes, because that's where we used to live." And he said, "I've seen that car." And I said, "It does look like your car." And he said, "Yes." And I said, "Bye." And I drove off. But he didn't look like my son. He looked nothing like my son. He didn't.
Because he was black?
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but my son is not. Oh.
She said black all quietly.